Have you ever wondered who Paul really was? Not the saint in paintings, but the man who shook empires and changed history. Paul began as Saul of Tarsus, trained under the best Jewish teachers, armed with Roman citizenship and a trade in tent making. His craft wasn't just survival. In Cilicia, where he grew up, tents were made from the tough goat hair cloth of his homeland. Paul carried that skill everywhere, weaving his living with his preaching, so that no one could accuse him of chasing profit instead of truth. After his blinding encounter with Jesus on the road to Damascus, Paul didn't immediately run to Jerusalem to join the other apostles. He vanished into Arabia for 3 years. What did he do there? Scripture is quiet, but many believe it was there that Paul wrestled with the Old Testament line by line until he saw Christ in every promise. Arabia was Paul's hidden classroom, where his fiery zeal was transformed into unstoppable conviction. And here's something most people don't know. Paul didn't physically write most of his letters. He dictated them to scribes. One of them, Tertius, even signed his name in the book of Romans. The gospel wasn't just carried by Paul's voice, but also by the hidden hands of those who wrote his words down. Paul's mission was dangerous. More than once, he was hunted by enemies. In Jerusalem, it was his own nephew who overheard a plot to kill him and warned the Romans. That quiet intervention saved his life, and through it, the gospel kept moving forward. Though Paul never raised a sword, his words were revolutionary. In the heart of the Roman Empire, where Caesar was worshipped as Lord, Paul declared, "Jesus is Lord." Those 3 words made him a radical, and for that he was beaten, stoned, shipwrecked, and imprisoned. Yet still he pressed on, and Paul wasn't alone. Beside him were people like Priscilla and Aquila, fellow tent makers who opened their home for churches, defended Paul, and helped train new leaders like Apollos. The story of Paul was never just about one man. It was about a movement. But perhaps the most mysterious glimpse into Paul's life comes from his own words. He spoke of being caught up into the third heaven, seeing visions too great for words. Yet in the same breath, he confessed that God gave him a thorn in the flesh, a weakness that never left him. 3 times he begged God to take it away, but the answer came back, "My grace is sufficient for you." Paul's story is not just about journeys, letters, or miracles. It's about a man who once persecuted the church, yet became its greatest messenger. A man broken by weakness, yet made unstoppable by grace. And in the end, Paul's legacy reminds us that no past is too dark, no weakness too deep, and no life too ordinary for God to use to change the world.